far as if I say, Ken, I want you to make a phone call right now. What do you feel? What does that do for you? Like, what is your first initial thought if I say I want you to make a phone call right now?
Pretty anxious.
So yeah. Anxious. What does that feel like?
My heart is racing. I don't know. It's uncomfortable.
You're not alone. Yay, you're not alone.
Well, I know that. And that's why I'm here. I know this is going to be uncomfortable, but hopefully whoever's watching this, they have the same struggle and this will help them as well. So
absolutely. And I will be the first one to tell you, that's exactly how I started calling internet leads. Mm-hmm. My palms would seriously just sweat.
Yep.
I would look at the lead and talk myself out of why I shouldn't call them. Mm-hmm. Seriously. And then I become the conversion queen. What happened, right? And, those of you that have been following me for some time have heard my fear of not having the business became greater than my fear of the anxiety of picking up that phone. Mm-hmm. I had to make myself do it, and I had to make myself uncomfortable. And one thing that I've learned throughout my entire life, it doesn't matter if it's calling leads, it doesn't matter if it's doing something that I've never done before. We have to go through a life process, sometimes with a different feeling, because even relationships. Are you married, Ken?
Yes.
Do you ever get angry with your wife? Wait, no, let me rephrase that. Does she ever get angry with you?
Constantly, yes, constantly.
Let me really rephrase that. Yeah. I don't want to get you in trouble. But we still love through the process, even though we're mad, even though we're angry, we're still loving through the process. We could be spitfire mad and say, why the hell did I say I do that day? But yet we still love through the process, and we still lay in bed with them at the end of the night. And our job and what we do is no different. We have to be okay feeling the anxiety. We have to be okay feeling the scariness of what's going to happen on the other side, and being okay with feeling that. Because I was having a conversation with a gentleman this morning, that mindset, and he said, why are you afraid to make a call? And he said, I'm afraid I'm going to blow it. I said, well, guess what? If you don't ever make the phone call, you're blowing it anyway. So you got nothing to lose.
I've certainly had moments where I feel discouraged, like the week that I was using my name and my my designation, and I was getting hangups. Like I was like afraid to go pick up the phone for like a week to 10 days after that. I'm like, I'm gonna write articles. I'm gonna do my videos. I am not going near the phone.
Right.
I need to like feel better.
Do whatever I can not to go to the phone.
That's it. But again, it's all part of the learning. And of course I have my moments of, it's way too quiet. I'm not showing anyone houses right now. Like I have no listings. Where's my next paycheck going to come from? I mean, everyone I think feels that in this business to some degree, but the more I'm on the phone connecting with people, the less that happens.
If you were to have an up-and-coming agent or anyone that you'd give some advice to, if you had to single out one particular advice in terms of lead management or your nurturing, following up, et cetera, what would be the most crucial thing from your perspective?
Oh, call. Don't stop calling. like put aside a few hours every day. I don't care when it is, if it's from 8 o'clock till 10 o'clock, if it's from 7 o'clock till 9 o'clock, it doesn't matter, but just put that time aside that you're calling and connecting with the leads. Listen, if they're not buying, they're not selling, there's nothing we can do. But if you're not connecting, that's on you, right? Because we can, we know we have the time to do it, right? Like,
right.
we have the time to do it.
That's fair. I mean, even if they're not buying or selling right now, chances are they are going to do so in the future. So
yeah, and even I struggle with that, because it's the balance. When I'm busy and I'm doing offers, or I'm working with buyers, which is hard sometimes because you're out for a good number of hours. What's happening tomorrow? What's happening the next month? What's happening in 2 months down? If you don't have that set up for you, then actually you are not really using online leads to the best of your advantage, because they are supposed to be there to cushion your income from, future income, whatever, 2 months away, 3 months out, whatever it may be, right? Like you want to be able to do that. So
Absolutely. And the thing that you mentioned, focusing on calls, I think that's pretty much what 90% of our successful realtors would recommend. You need to stay on top of your follow-up game. And you mentioned even blocking out parts of your day to kind of just set that aside for calls. What we also recommend is to make sure that those times change, so it's not fixed from 9 to 11, because, chances are if you haven't really got them at that point in time, you might want to try a different time, or even, making sure that they aren't accustomed to, oh no, so Terry's going to be calling me at 9 a.m. to make sure I'm not available then. So that's one of the strategies that we also recommend. For example, we have our live dialing webinars. Have you ever attended one of those?
no.
Got it.
No.
Okay. Are you a part of our Facebook group by any chance?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So we do announce those. Basically, we have live dialing with Beverly Ruffner. And honestly, the amount of material that you can extract from that is amazing, because she's very good in communicating with people, kind of making sure they let their guard down. So I would 100% recommend that. But I think you're doing just fine on your own as well. So it's great to have you here, because the fact that you've only been with us for 4 months and you already have stories to tell is amazing. That's truly great to see and great to hear.
If I could just add one thing to this last section, they talked about switching up your calling times, sometimes calling in the morning, sometimes calling later in the day. I'm a big believer, make your calls first thing in the morning or you won't make them. In the morning, 9 a.m., 9 a.m., 9 a.m., 5 days a week, 6 days a week is better. Make your calls first thing, get them out of the way. If the rest of the day is a failure, deals go sideways or whatever can happen in real estate, you've made your calls, you've planted seeds. If you're going to have an hour or half an hour later in the day, make that follow-up calls, make that getting back at them. If you don't make calls in the morning, you won't make them in the afternoon. I can virtually guarantee it.
The anxiety that you have when you pick up the phone, what exactly do you tell yourself to not make yourself pick up that phone?
What exactly? I don't know. That's a great question. I don't know. I procrastinate. There's something else to do. There's just always something else.
Yes.
I should deal with this first, and then I'll do that later. And I'll book, between 6 and 8:30 tonight. I'll sit down. I'll make some calls, and that just doesn't happen.
And something comes up because
I always make something come up.
Absolutely, because we don't want
Yeah.
to. It scares us. What if we have a good conversation and we actually turn into a closing?
Right. No, absolutely.
So all this is rewiring your brain and looking at these leads and go, they're waiting for my phone call.
Yep.
What is your absolute? Now I think we all have a favorite pump me up song.
Well, I've got many, but yeah.
Yeah, put it on and just expect. I think a lot of times you just said you would block out an hour and a half. Ken, block out 10 freaking minutes and make one damn phone call.
Yeah.
Just make one. Guess what? If you make one, you're further ahead than you were yesterday. Right?
Yep.
If you just make one, it's going to continue to get a little bit easier, because when you get a win, you're like, ooh, that wasn't so bad. And it's feeling the fear and doing it anyway is really what it comes down to.
Right.